Welcome to another episode of Radical Dream Play. I've read the book Atomic Habits and I want to share with you how I used a simple principle from this book that made my life so much easier to get started working on a software project. The book explains the advantages of building small, hence the word atomic, habits that enable you to easier do the things you know you have to do. Like leaving a book open where you have your coffee in the mornings to encourage you to read. The idea is then that with small incremental changes, you can achieve great results over time. So the idea is to make things easier for you to get started with your software work every time. For me personally, setting up my PC programs every time I want to work on a specific project always felt like so much effort that actually stopped me from even starting. You know, there are issues to resolve in your code, but first you must open up everything. And setting things up is also such a repetitive task every time you want to work. Setting things up does not even really feel like a productive task. You get an idea that you want to quickly add to your project and push it into your repo, but by the time you have everything open, you're already too tired to even program. The setup I'm referring to is to have, for instance, the following open on my PC. I have Explorer open in the folder where my project is in. I have Notepad++ open for making notes. Git-bash to easily perform source control on my files and also already open in the right directory. Perhaps my GitLab, the repo, also open in the browser. Having the IDE open, but also with the correct project already loaded. Once all of this is open and available, it's so easy to get going with the actual work. Wouldn't it just fit so perfectly with the message of Atomic Habits to have these tasks automated so that they do not stop you from progressing? Having this done easily feels like having a book already ready for you where you want to spend free time if you wanted to read. No brain power is needed for setting up everything in the correct folders, etc. then. All the brain power is left for the task at hand rather. The atomic habit would then be so simple as just to run a simple batch file. So I create 4 or 5 line batch file on my desktop for every project. A simple batch file for me would then look like this and perform all these tasks I mentioned. And to create a batch file, you simply create a new text file. I recommend to create it on your desktop. The whole point is to make it easy for you to get going, so the desktop is the ideal place. Remember, Atomic Habits describe having things openly available in plain sight for you to use them more often. Setting yourself up to do things easier is the whole point. You can then place the text I showed and shared in the description of this video below inside the text file, but update it for your project directories. Then you only rename the text file extension from .txt to .bat. To keep things simple, I do not even start with an echo off line, as that has unnoticeable effect in such simple and small batch files. Also, if something does not work, at least it echoed stuff for you in the command prompt for you to be able to see what worked and what did not work. Obviously, I will have a shortcut for Spotify already in my taskbar. However, if you want to open something like that with all your projects, then you can add a checkline like this in the batch file to only open it if it's not already open. That way, running multiple batch files would not open multiple instances of the same program as well. Closing stuff again for me is simple enough, especially once you have learned to use the mouse wheel button to close things. Trust me, this is a cheat code. It works on tabs, it works inside tools such as Notepad++, it works on open items in your taskbar. No need to play "Can I get my cursor on the small X" anymore before you can close something. While that can be good practice for a FPS game, please share in the comments tricks and shortcuts you have that make a big difference for you when working on a computer. We all know the copy and paste shortcut, but so many people take their hands off the keyboard after using the copy paste shortcuts and then first grab the mouse and right click to rename something. I found it so rewarding to just remember that F2 will immediately allow me to rename something, so I never have the F2 button blocked with the function key. Another great shortcut for me is pressing Windows Shift and S to get a quick snapshot of some plots or something that you want to put in a presentation or put in Teams chat quickly to share with your team. And don't forget the Windows and the M key to minimize everything and see your desktop, where we place the batch file of course. I really hope that helped, and thank you for watching another episode of Radical Dream Play.